What's up? This is Griff Dickinson here from Shvpes, and you're watching RAMzine.
How's it going there, guys? Hywel Davies here from RAMzine. Here with me is one Griff Dickinson of Shvpes, mate. Pleasure to meet you on this fabulous day. What's going on?
Got his wellies on.
I've got my wellies on. How you doing, mate? You alright?
I'm sweet, man. I'm very happy to be here. So.
Mate, well, it's not on a weather like this. I don't even blame you. But let's catch the cheese here, right? Undertones, baby.
Yeah.
That is a track and a half. I've got to say, is that what the rest of the new album's going to be like?
In drips and drabs, yeah, but there's so much on that new album.
Pray tell.
There's a lot of heavier stuff. There's a lot of lighter stuff. There's some stuff that metal fans are going to probably absolutely despise. Metal hands are probably going to absolutely despise. But if you are into, you have an eclectic music taste, you're going to love it. So we're
awesome.
Yeah.
Distinctly, maybe a little bit heavier. Maybe it's just me just kind of things in here, but it seems like a little bit heavier. Is that the direction you think about going to there, or?
Do you know what, man? We kind of branch our fingers out in like a lot of different ways. Like we'll go heavier in some sections, but we want to. It's like trying to describe a colour that someone's never seen. Do you know what I mean? Like trying to describe a sound. But there's parts that are heavier. There's parts that are way more poppy. It's a lot more catchy. There's a huge hip hop influence in there. Yeah. And I don't think we're a metal band anymore, basically. No. Where the last album, we didn't think we were a metal band, but when you listen to it, we're a fucking metal band.
I was just going to say that's quite an eclectic answer that you gave right there. But you know, especially in today's kind of like heavier scene, rock scenes and stuff like that, in some mixtures, people may even argue that melody is even more important than generally just taking what you did beforehand, just sticking 10 tons of heavy on top of that. What's your thoughts on that? Well,
do you know, man? At the end of the day, I think like. The most important thing for a song is melody and beautiful chords. Like there's great riffs out there, and I love a good riff, everything like that. But at the end of the day, the thing that means the most to me that I've kind of discovered, and I think that is the most important thing for music, is being able to sit down on the acoustic guitar and play your song and sing along to it, and that's what really like hits home for me. I want to write songs. I don't want to just be like suck my dick, bitch. Like it was just what fucking It's just what the metal industry kind of goes for, really. It's like it always have to go heavier and heavier and heavier. Oh my god, have you heard this? It's so heavy. And then we're gonna turn it around and we're gonna say some little catchphrase like the expletive that just came out of my mouth. And then we're gonna take it back this way, and then we're gonna chuck a chorus in it, and it just seems. It just doesn't hit home for me anymore, the way it used to.
Yeah. Well, that's a fair enough point. In that case, like, has the metal scene gone stale, in your opinion?
Do you know what? There's some bands out there that are just doing it right. Yeah. Like, I think that new As I Lay Dying tune that they dropped the other day, you're just like, yes, thank you very much for a very good dose of metal. Wage War. Yeah. You're just like, the whole way through, you're like, yep. It just ticks every single box that you want that I want to feel when I listen to through and through metal. Yeah.
Parkway?
Do you know what? What I really like about Parkway is that I love the first two records. They were one of the bands that kind of got me into the pure screaming side of things. The new stuff they're doing isn't so much to my taste, but it's still good. And I've listened to the whole new album. I listened to Aya, listened to the new one at least 2 or 3 times through. I mean, that Absolute Power one, that's a tune.
Dude, so that's one of my favourite bass lines off that entire album, that intro. Are you kidding me? Fuck.
The riff is great, but it's when they go into that, like, and he does that little ride thing, and then it drops into that chorus. I think that's so cool. And like, I'm gonna nick that. I'm gonna do that.
So that's gonna be the new album, just nicking it.
Well, there's that, and also there's a huge. I've only just gotten into Nick Cave.
Right.
I've been trying to like just branch out and like listening to Seal for a bit. I was listening to Elton John, like all these bands that people absolutely adore. Yeah. I just feel like I'd be an idiot to not go and listen to it, and at least try and figure out why it is that people love them. And I've started getting really into Nick Cave, and I've noticed that he's kind of got this spoken word poetry vibe about it. It's just really Nick Cave, and I really enjoy that style of stuff. And I think I think they're doing great. I think anyone that is giving them shit or whatever. I haven't seen anyone give them shit, but I've seen people talking about people giving them shit, you know.
Yeah.
I think it's ridiculous, you know.
Quite right. Going back more into Undertones as well, the video that you released for it as well is fucking banging. I love like the Ready Player One, like post-neo nostalgia kind of theme. But in recent days, and it's no shots at your video at all, but in recent days in our culture in general, do you think we over-glorify nostalgia in any way?
I think most definitely. I was talking to someone about this the other day. This has got to be like, you know, people always say that fashion's cyclical and everything like that. I think this is like the first time in history really that it has been that cyclical, because like you look at the 50s, you look at the 60s, 70s, 80s and even 90s, even all the way up there, every single one had its own style, and sure as shit people weren't like in the 1800s being like, yo, this was cool in 1640 bro, I put these like Victorian slippers on. Like people weren't doing that, and I think now we're finally starting to see people go back to like the 90s and start like regurgitating stuff.
The 90s is a hangover of the 80s. The noughties thought it could do one better and be a hangover of the 90s, but when the 80s was cooler.
The noughties gave us Limp Bizkit, so.
Quite right. But now we're just in that generation where it's like, God, do you guys remember going back to that 80s club, all that ended there? You know?
Yeah.
Well, there we go. It is just the sign of the times at the end of the day. But download 2018 right here now. You guys are going to be playing here. Are you quite fucking stoked about that?
Yeah, man, we're so happy to be here. I think I got 5 hours sleep last night, not because I was nervous, just because I was like, is it fucking time to go yet? No, it's not. I woke up at like 5:30, just couldn't get back to sleep. Cold sweats, everything. I was like, I just want to go.
Go so bad.
Like, I'm ready.
I was going to say, do you get a good eclectic kind of crowd here as well for your shows?
I don't really know, man. I just saw people singing my lyrics back and moshing, and I'm fucking down with that. So
that's the important thing, my friend. That is the important thing. Griff Dickinson, everybody, thank you so much. We look forward to hearing some future Shvpes later on this year, maybe.
I look forward to hearing your fluent voice, you know.
That's going to cost you a little bit extra, I'm afraid.
Right, I'll come back tomorrow and see what you're up to.
Oh yeah, quite right. Griff Dickinson, thank you so much, my good man.